Welcome, little adventurers, to the magical world of Hive Hollow. Today, we're joining a very special bee named Vinny on his journey to breathe, build, and become the best bee he can be. Are you ready? Let's begin. Vinny woke up before the sun, his tiny heart fluttering like a leaf in the breeze. Today was a big day. He wanted to gather the most perfect, golden pollen for the hive. But as he looked at his wings, they felt wobbly with worry. Why can't I do it just right? Vinny sighed to himself. Every time something went wrong, a frustrating buzz would race through him. That morning, as Vinny sat sadly among the dewy flowers, the wise old bee found him. With a kind smile, he said, "Every leader starts right here, Vinny." He sprinkled some golden specks of wisdom into the air. "Confidence is like nectar, it's sweet, but you must learn to collect it drop by drop." Vinny watched as another bee sipped a tiny drop of nectar from a flower. It looked so easy. He tried to, leaning in with his little proboscis, but he missed. He felt so small and clumsy, but instead of giving up, a spark of curiosity lit up inside him. "Let's practice together." The wise old bee smiled. He leaned in and whispered, "Breathe in calm, breathe out doubt." Vinny took a slow breath, just as he was told. He tried again to collect the nectar. This time, he caught the drop. It was just a tiny taste, but it filled him with the smallest, warmest spark of pride. He did it. Later that day, Vinny was buzzing through the field, feeling a little more sure of himself. He zipped up behind a younger bee named Ross, who was hovering slowly over a big sunflower. "Hurry up!" Vinny snapped, his voice sharp and stinging like a thorn. He didn't mean to be unkind, but he was in a rush. Ross's wings instantly drooped. Seeing Ross's sad face, Vinny remembered his own shaky beginnings. He remembered how it felt when older bees pushed him too hard, making him feel small and wobbly. He froze, the sting of his own words tasting bitter in his mouth. A wave of sadness washed over him. "That's not who I want to be," he whispered to the wind. That night, Vinny sat all by himself under the moonlight, his heart thumping loudly. He remembered how painful it felt to be rushed and criticized. He had become just like the bees who once made him feel so bad. He realized that real strength wasn't about pushing others or being the fastest. But if that wasn't strength, then what was? Vinny closed his eyes and made a promise to himself. He would find out. The next day, Vinny hovered above a bright, cheerful daisy, but his wings started to tremble. A rush of butterflies swirled in his belly. He felt angry, worried, and excited all at once. All these feelings felt too big to handle, and he didn't know what to do. He wanted to zip off and help the other bees, but he was stuck. That afternoon, the wise old bee found Vinny pacing back and forth on a leaf. He understood right away. "Big feelings aren't bad, Vinny," he whispered gently. "They're just messages from your heart. Let me teach you a special trick called mindful breathing." Vinny watched closely as the wise old bee closed his eyes and took a very slow breath. He breathed in through his nose while counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he held his breath for 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he breathed out slowly through his mouth for 6 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The wise old bee's wings stopped shaking and became perfectly still. Vinny decided to try it, too. He closed his eyes and matched each slow inhale and gentle exhale, counting just like his friend. Slowly but surely, his wings felt steady again. "Wonderful," the wise old bee buzzed. "Now, I want you to notice your feelings like clouds drifting by in the sky. You don't have to chase them or push them away. Just watch them float." Vinny imagined a big, stormy cloud of frustration passing overhead. Then, he imagined a bright, sunny cloud of confidence shining through. The feelings came, and then they went. Later, a loud alarm echoed through the hive. It was an urgent buzz that usually made Vinny panic. But this time, he remembered what he had learned. He closed his eyes. He took slow, mindful breaths. He noticed his heart was racing, but he just let that feeling drift by like a cloud. When he opened his eyes, his wings were calm and ready. Vinny flew at just the right speed to help repair a broken honeycomb, working steadily and peacefully. Suddenly, a big storm rattled the hive. The wind howled, shaking the flowers and swirling pollen everywhere. Thunder boomed overhead, and Vinny's heart started to pound. He could feel panic creeping up his antennae. But just then, the wise old bee fluttered to his side. In moments like this, we practice magic breathe, he said softly. It's very simple. We take slow, steady breaths, and we find a safe spot on a sturdy leaf. Vinny remembered the bee's words and reminded himself, I can handle this. Hey, friends, why don't you try it with Vinny? When you feel scared or upset, take 3 deep breaths, just like him. Find a safe, cozy spot, your very own sturdy leaf to pause and calm down. Just remember, storms always end, and you have the power inside you to stay steady. Vinny landed on a broad, strong petal. He breathed in calm, and then breathed out all his stormy, worried thoughts. His wings stopped trembling. A soft, warm courage began to bloom inside him, just like a flower opening to the sun. Feeling calm and collected, Vinny called out to Ross and the other young bees who were scared by the storm. Let's rebuild our honeycomb together, he said in a kind, gentle voice. He guided them with patience, placing each piece of the comb with care. Working as a team, the hive took shape again, stronger and more beautiful than before. Vinny had learned that true strength wasn't about being the fastest or the loudest. It was about being kind, patient, and helping others find their calm, even in a storm. Thank you for joining Vinny on his Hive Hollow adventure. What a journey of growth and discovery. If you enjoyed our story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.